Engines don't just quit, they send warnings. And if you catch them early, you can avoid costly repairs. But here's the shocker. Most people ignore simple fixes that could make their engine run like new again. In this video, I'll show you 7 game-changing steps to bring your engine back to life. And the last one? It's a trick even some mechanics don't talk about, but it could save you thousands. Miss these tips, and you might be throwing money at problems that don't need expensive repairs. Let's dive in. Number 1, diagnose the problem. As engines age, they become sluggish and may stall or idle occasionally. However, the cause is usually something that can be fixed. The first thing you need to do is to do a complete system scan with a decent OBD2 scanner. You will need a scanner that can reset service reminders, read live data, and activate servicing functions. Ideally, get an OBD2 scanner that can automatically read the car's VIN number. Otherwise, get one that allows you to manually put the VIN or select the car make and model. That way, you will get more accurate diagnostic reports. Find the OBD2 port underneath the steering column and plug it in. Next, turn on the ignition and perform a complete scan. While many codes have straightforward solutions, some are a bit vague. For example, the P0301 code means a misfire in cylinder 1. Misfires could be caused by faulty spark plugs, ignition coils, or a worn catalytic converter, to name a few. You can also get the opposite problem, where the scanner doesn't reveal any fault in line with what you're experiencing. If you drive a high-mileage vehicle, it is not uncommon to get ghost codes. In some cases, a scan might not reveal any problems. Whatever you find, there are still a few more steps before your engine runs like new again. Number 2, inspect and clean the throttle body. Even though we know it's good, many drivers dislike routine car maintenance. A survey by Motor.com revealed that 64% of drivers put off necessary car maintenance. A common upkeep that we ignore is cleaning the throttle body. Ideally, this should be done every 30,000 miles, or whatever your car manual says. Unfortunately, most people wait until the engine performance drops, which tends to happen when the car reaches 75,000 miles. That is because carbon builds up on the throttle body. When there is too much carbon, the butterfly valve gets sticky. This restricts airflow, which then causes the car to run lean or rich. As a result, the car begins to rough idle, become sluggish, or even stall. Fortunately, cleaning the throttle body does not require any special equipment or skills. You only need throttle body cleaning spray, a rag, and a socket set. Here's a quick summary of how to clean the throttle body. Step 1. Locate the throttle body. It's usually between the air cleaner and the intake manifold. In some cars, you need to remove the beauty cover to access it. If you don't know where the throttle body is, ask someone to step on the accelerator with the engine off. The part that moves or shifts is the throttle body. Once you've found it, disconnect the battery terminal and switch off the engine. Step 2, disconnect all attachments to the throttle body. Use a Phillips or Torx screwdriver to unscrew the intake hose. Depending on the car, you might need to detach the hose from the throttle body and the air cleaner. You can label the different ends of the hose to make it easier when you're putting it back together. There are several wires and sensors near the hose, so be careful not to yank any off. After you remove the intake hose, you should be able to see the butterfly valve. Step 3, spray the cleaning fluid. Before you proceed, put on your rubber gloves and eye protection. You don't want any chemicals on sensitive parts of your body. Next, open the butterfly valve. If you see any black soot, that is carbon and it needs to be cleaned. Keep the valve open with a screwdriver or any handy tool and spray a generous amount of cleaner. If you have a drive-by-wire throttle body, you won't be able to open the valve manually. You can have someone step on the gas pedal for you or hold it down with something heavy. Ensure the cleaner doesn't get on any sensors or other parts of the engine. If it does, quickly wipe it away with a kitchen towel or clean cloth. Step 4, scrub the dirt away. Use a toothbrush or a clean cloth to clean the valve. If the carbon isn't coming off easily, let the throttle body cleaner sit for 10 seconds. Repeat this process until you see no more carbon and the cloth stays clean. Step 5. Let the throttle body dry. After cleaning, the throttle body will need a few minutes to dry. By following these simple steps, you just saved yourself $150. But you're not done. You still need to reattach the hose. However, before you do, there is something else you need to check on first. Number 3, replace the air filter. The hose you removed from the throttle body is also connected to the air cleaner or cold air box. Inside is the air filter, so before reattaching the throttle body, check if it's clean. Coincidentally, air filters need to be replaced every 15,000 to 30,000 miles, so you tend to do both at the same time. Besides that, a dirty air filter causes some of the same symptoms as a dirty throttle body. That is because they both help ensure the engine gets enough air. When this doesn't happen, fuel efficiency and engine performance drop. You might also hear odd sounds from the engine and experience a sudden loss of power when driving, especially in turbocharged engines. Replacing the air filter is very easy. Once you locate the air cleaner, remove the latches and you'll see the filter. Pull it out. If it's visibility dirty, then install a new one. Close the air cleaner and secure the latch. You can then reattach the hose to the throttle body and fasten it securely. A clean throttle body and air filter will make your engine perform better than it has in ages. However, there is still one major thing you need to do to improve airflow. Number 4, clean the mass airflow sensor. The MAF sensor ensures the proper flow of air or fuel into the combustion chamber. It measures the amount of air flowing into the engine and sends that information to the ECU. The ECU is then able to determine how much fuel should be injected into the engine. When the MAF sensor is dirty or faulty, your car will experience many symptoms. We covered these in detail in our video 11 Bad MAF Sensor Symptoms. If you're experiencing any of those, here is how to clean the MAF sensor. It is one of the easiest things to clean, and you only need a screwdriver, MAF sensor cleaner, and a cloth. Step 1. Locate and disconnect the MAF sensor. The MAF sensor can be found between the air filter box and the throttle body. In some cars, it is located inside the air filter box. You would have come across it while you were cleaning the throttle body or changing the air filter. Once you find it, unplug the connector, then unscrew the MAF sensor. Step 2. Spray the MAF sensor. Using MAF sensor cleaner, spray inside the shaft of the sensor. This part is called the hot wire or plate. It has a small silver wire inside a hole or a silver plate sticking out of it. Put the straw of the MAF sensor cleaner at the end of the plate and spray 10 to 15 squirts. The MAF sensor is sensitive, so don't use anything else to clean it. If the wire looks dull or you can still see debris inside, spray it until it's gone. Step 3, let it dry. Leave the MAF sensor on a clean cloth until the cleaner completely dries. A wet sensor can damage the electrical connector, so it pays to be patient. Also, resist the temptation to speed up the drying process. Even a cotton swab could damage the hot wire. Just let it air dry. It takes roughly 15 minutes and sometimes much less. You should make it a habit of cleaning all 3 parts at the same time. You typically don't need to do this more than once a year. With these parts clean, your engine should get the right air and fuel. Unless there is a major fault, you won't experience rough idles, hard starts, or sluggish acceleration. However, old cars tend to have several things wrong simultaneously. The next thing you need to do requires a bit more skill, but learning it will save you a lot of money. Number 5, change engine oil. The older your car gets, the more often you need to change the oil. For newer cars, you only need to change it every 7,500 miles, or even 15,000 miles, depending on the car. But as the miles pile up, this increases to 5,000, then every 3,000 miles. As your car ages, the engine begins to consume more oil. Cooling systems also become less effective, and the oil contains more contaminants. The good news is that changing your oil as required can extend your engine's life by up to 75%. Fortunately, oil changes are not too expensive. However, you can still save money by learning how to do it yourself. Our video on 17 costly oil change mistakes that ruin your engine will show you how to do it right. Always remember to use the right oil for your car. Many people don't like synthetic oil because it's more expensive. However, it lasts longer than conventional oil and is better for some engines. Using the wrong oil can damage a turbocharged engine, so follow the instruction manual. Number 6, clean the fuel system. Before you begin to freak out, this is a lot easier than it sounds. Older cars need regular cleaning to remove any carbon buildup or risk expensive repairs. Carbon buildup causes poor fuel economy, sluggish engine performance, hard starts, and engine knocking. Wherever the carbon deposits are, the engine can also begin to overheat, which can destroy it. Unless you want to pay a mechanic to take the car apart and perform a thorough clean, there's an easy way. What you need is a good fuel system cleaner. This additive type is designed to remove carbon deposits across the entire fuel line. Many fuel additives are snake oil, but some are recommended by manufacturers. An example is Techron Concentrate Plus. It is rumored to be what GM uses for all their cars. Many dealerships and body shops also swear by it. Other good fuel system cleaners are Seafoam, Gumout, and 505 CRF. To use it, wait until your tank is almost empty. Pour the fuel system cleaner in, then top up your tank until it's almost full. Drive your car gently for 50 to 100 miles so the cleaner mixes in the fuel properly. The first thing you'll notice is better acceleration and reduced idling. You will also notice an increase in fuel economy. All of these steps you've taken so far will help your engine run like new, but there's one more thing to do. Number 7, replace old and worn components. Many engines are indestructible, but the parts that keep them running aren't. Some old parts you might need to change include spark plugs, the timing belt, ignition coils, the intake hose, and ball joints. You might also need a new battery, brakes, and fluids. Fortunately, you can do a lot of these yourself and save a lot of money. For example, replacing spark plugs could boost acceleration by 30%. And instead of spending $100 to $500, you can spend $20 and do it yourself. The last thing to do is to plug up any seals and leaks. You can do that with AT205 engine seal. Simply pour it into your engine oil fill cap and start the engine. Following these steps will make your engine run like new without costing a fortune. These are but a few maintenance tricks that can save a dying engine. If you want to know more, watch our video on 13 car maintenance tips mechanics don't want you to know. Let us know in the comments if you've tried any of these and what impact they had on your engine.